Disclaimer: this podcast is for educational purposes only. It is not medical advice. Always consult with a qualified healthcare provider before starting, stopping, or changing any health or peptide protocol. Today we are diving into the world of GLP-1 peptides. GLP stands for glucagon-like peptide 1, a naturally occurring hormone in the body that has become one of the most discussed topics in modern health and wellness. Over the next several minutes, we are going to unpack what GLP-1 peptides are, how they work, what benefits they may bring, potential side effects, their role in weight management, and why they are shaping the future of medicine. Let's start at the beginning. GLP-1 is a hormone produced in the gut, specifically in the small intestine. Its main job is to help regulate blood sugar levels by stimulating insulin release and slowing down the emptying of food from the stomach. This dual action not only helps the body handle glucose more effectively, but also creates a feeling of fullness, which can reduce overall food intake. Scientists discovered that by creating peptide versions of GLP-1, they could mimic or enhance these natural effects in ways that benefit people with metabolic conditions. One of the biggest reasons GLP-1 peptides have gained attention is their impact on type 2 diabetes. For decades, managing blood sugar has been a challenge, often requiring multiple medications. GLP-1 receptor agonists, which are synthetic versions of GLP-1 peptides, have been shown to significantly improve blood sugar control. They stimulate insulin release in a glucose-dependent manner, meaning they only work when blood sugar is elevated, which reduces the risk of hypoglycemia. That makes them safer compared to some older treatments. But diabetes is just one piece of the story. GLP-1 peptides also play a role in weight loss. Because they slow gastric emptying and signal the brain that you are full, they help reduce appetite and lower overall calorie intake. In clinical studies, patients using GLP-1 receptor agonists lost a meaningful amount of weight compared to those on placebo. This effect has made them a cornerstone in the emerging field of obesity medicine. Let's explore how this works in real life. Imagine you are eating dinner. Normally, your stomach would empty steadily, and you might feel hungry again after a few hours. With GLP-1 peptides, the stomach empties more slowly. Food stays in the stomach longer, keeping you satisfied. At the same time, signals are sent to the brain to reduce appetite. The combined effect is fewer cravings, smaller meals, and gradual but sustainable weight loss over time. Beyond weight and blood sugar, GLP-1 peptides appear to have other benefits. Research suggests they may protect the heart by lowering blood pressure, improving cholesterol, and reducing inflammation. Cardiovascular studies have shown lower rates of heart attack and stroke in people using GLP-1 agonists compared to standard therapies. There is also growing evidence that they may have neuroprotective effects, possibly lowering the risk of neurodegenerative conditions, though more research is needed. Let's also touch on some of the popular names you may have heard. Medications like semaglutide and liraglutide are examples of GLP-1 receptor agonists. Semaglutide, in particular, has been making headlines under brand names used for diabetes and for weight loss. These medications are typically given by injection once weekly, though research into oral versions has been advancing. Of course, as with all therapies, there are potential side effects. The most common are nausea, vomiting, diarrhea, or constipation, especially in the first few weeks of use. These effects usually improve over time as the body adapts. Rare but more serious side effects include pancreatitis or gallbladder issues. That is why careful medical supervision is important. Now, let's think about the bigger picture. The rise of GLP-1 peptides marks a shift in how we treat chronic metabolic conditions. Instead of just managing symptoms, these peptides target root causes by helping the body handle food and glucose more efficiently. For many people, that means not only improved health, but also improved quality of life. Patients who once struggled with weight or blood sugar swings are now seeing long-lasting improvements. The popularity of GLP-1 peptides also raises questions about access and sustainability. These medications can be expensive, and in some regions supply has not kept up with demand. That creates challenges for healthcare systems and patients alike. At the same time, their success has sparked a wave of research into next-generation peptides and combination therapies that may be even more effective. Some scientists are studying dual or triple agonists, where GLP-1 is combined with other hormones like GIP or glucagon. The idea is to create a more powerful effect on metabolism, weight loss, and energy balance. Early studies show promising results, suggesting that the story of GLP-1 peptides is only the beginning. Another fascinating area of research is the potential impact of GLP-1 peptides on the brain. Because GLP-1 receptors are present in brain tissue, researchers are exploring how these peptides may influence mood, cognition, and even addiction pathways. Preliminary evidence suggests possible benefits in reducing cravings for alcohol or nicotine, which could open up entirely new therapeutic applications. When you step back, what we see is more than just another class of medication. GLP-1 peptides are part of a broader movement toward using the body's own signaling molecules to restore balance. By mimicking nature's own mechanisms, these peptides can create powerful therapeutic effects with fewer risks compared to older synthetic drugs. Let's pause here and consider the human side. For someone living with type 2 diabetes, GLP-1 peptides can mean fewer daily struggles with high or low blood sugar. For someone living with obesity, they can mean the difference between years of frustration and a new sense of control. For someone at risk of heart disease, they can provide additional protection. These real-world impacts show why this class of peptides has become such a breakthrough. Of course, there are also challenges. Not every patient responds the same way. Some may experience side effects that limit use. Others may not achieve the expected weight loss. Long-term safety and cost-effectiveness are still being studied. And because these are powerful tools, they must be combined with lifestyle changes like nutrition, exercise, and stress management for the best outcomes. As we continue our journey through this discussion, it's important to remember the pace of innovation. Just a decade ago, the idea that a peptide could transform obesity care would have sounded far-fetched. Today, it is reality. Tomorrow, we may see even more advanced versions with improved tolerability and broader benefits. Let's bring this into perspective. GLP-1 peptides are not a magic fix, but they are a powerful tool in the toolbox. They demonstrate the potential of peptide science to reshape how we think about chronic disease, prevention, and wellness. They also remind us of the importance of research, collaboration, and patient-centered care. Before we wrap up, let's summarize the key points. GLP-1 peptides are gut-derived hormones that regulate blood sugar and appetite. Synthetic versions called GLP-1 receptor agonists are used to treat type 2 diabetes and obesity. They improve insulin secretion, slow stomach emptying, reduce appetite, and lead to significant weight loss. They may also protect the heart and possibly the brain. Side effects are mostly gastrointestinal and usually mild. Their growing success is driving new research into even more powerful combinations. Disclaimer: this podcast is for educational purposes only. It is not medical advice. Always consult with a qualified healthcare provider before starting, stopping, or changing any health or peptide protocol. Thanks for listening. Keep learning and stay curious.